This video was made possible by the EA Creator Network. Hello everyone. Welcome on in to the Fairy Pool Complex Speed Build. I'm Velvet. Thanks for joining me today in The Sims 4. And we're going to be creating a pool complex community lot on a 40 by 30 lot using a whole lot of different packs. I didn't go pack limited on this, but it is for a shell. So this, I believe, was the levels. Yes, it was the Levels of Revenge shell, and this was created by Sticky Sims YT. And oh boy, was this definitely a revengey kind of shell. Oh my, oh my, oh my. It was tricky. Like, the shape itself was tricky. There were a lot of levels to it, and it was quite challenging coming up with a plan for what to do with it all. It really was. The end of the day, it's quite funny because when I started this build, I actually started this build before the Enchanted by Nature pack came out. And then when I went back to it, so you sort of see the first part of the build, it doesn't really look like it's going to be a fairy pool. And that's because it wasn't, because the fairy pack hadn't come out yet, I don't think. And anyway, when I sort of like went back to build like again in this build, the fairy pack had come out, and I was just like, well, why don't I just turn it into a fairy pool complex? It's not just going to be a fairy, just a pool complex. It's going to be a fairy pool complex. So took it the next level and went fairy pool complex just for fun. It's just, that's what build challenges like this, when it's a shell challenge. That's really what it's about for me, is just making it, making it fun and having fun with it. And, maybe getting a little bit more experimental and working out maybe some different things that you could possibly do or try. It's a really good chance to push the limits of your building and just try some new things, I feel like, with a shell challenge. That's the idea of it, right? To have a little bit of fun. But you will definitely see this build evolving as we go along, because it sort of started in one direction, went a slightly different direction, and then it did require me to just kind of evolve things as we went along. There is like a little area around the side, and that is it's like a toddler waiting area, or a toddler slash, like, how you can dip the feet of infants into like shallow pools and stuff. So it's kind of like that zone, so like toddlers can walk in there and they can splash around, and I'm pretty sure parents can like dip an infant in there. I don't actually specifically playtest that, but in theory, if a toddler can wade in there and splash around, I figure you can do the whole dip the toddler's toes thing in there. So there is like a little wading pool around the side. Now the shell did come with that big hole in the ground as well, so I had to find something to fill that. So that ends up being a pond, which you can fish in. So there's actually a pool complex and you can fish in it. I loved how this little area came out around the back. It's like a little seating slash barbecue area. So I did that on a raised platform, and I thought that'd come together pretty nicely, actually. I really liked it. I will be, I think, jumping around a little bit because I was trying to figure out what each of the areas would be. Initially, I was going to go ultra modern with this, which is why sort of the roofing is the way it was. And then now you can see I've moved lots, and this is now going to go fairy because we've got the Enchanted by Nature pack has been released, and I was like, right, I'm going to move it to this 40 by 30 lot, and we're going to turn it into a fairy pool complex. So very big change of lot and direction with it, but I think it was for the best, because I was able to use all these pretty things from Enchanted by Nature and just make it like, like a super pretty kind of thing going on there, but for pools. I mean, I probably could have gone a little different in terms of making it more natural kind of pools, I think, but it was what it was. It came out to be what it was. I mean, I was working with a probably a fairly tricky shell as well, so it was a little bit limiting in terms of what I could and what I couldn't do. I had a big hole around the back that I needed to fill, things like that. So you just kind of work with what you got, and what comes from it is what comes from it. So yeah, this is the little fishing area. I did play test that, and it was all very fishable. And I play tested the wading area as well, so hopefully that still works okay. And I put like sand going down underneath it because I thought that would be super cute and make it like a little trip to the beach. I did build a sand pit, and it was initially right beside the pool, but then I realized that there was you'd have to go through the sand pit to be able to get into the pool, and I thought that wasn't the best idea. in terms of logistics. So I did end up moving that pool under where the shade is now. Sorry, the sandpit and under where the shade is, because I was like, oh, hang on, pool ladder. Might need to have one of those there. Yeah, make it a little bit easier for the Sims to be able to get in and get out. If you haven't guessed already, you can probably tell, but this is going to be like a little kids pool area. So you've got the toddler pool, you've got the splash area, you've got slides, you've got the ball pits and the splash pads, and little cute things for the kids to play with. So it is very family friendly, this pool complex. And on the inside, I end up making like a little creche kind of area as well. So there's like a diaper changing table and more sort of play areas inside for the kids as well. So definitely very kid friendly. So you can take the whole family there. You can have a whole outing out there for the day and have some fun as a family. So I thought that was kind of sweet. And what else was I going to say? Oh yeah, so I think we're going to go back to the barbecue area. I did do a sunken hot pool. So technically I did kind of make an extra room, but it was just like a, I don't know. Shh, don't tell anyone. I kind of cheated a little bit. I made an extra room, not technically making walls specifically or changing the shell in any sort of, discernible way. Like, it's not really affecting the shell at all. It's just creating a sunken hot pool. But technically I shouldn't have done that, but I did. So shh, don't tell anyone. So this is definitely going to be leaning towards pink, this little pool complex. I used the clear glass walls from Enchanted by Nature with it's not exactly clear, it's got patterns all over it, but the glass walls around the place, because I thought it'd be nice if you were in a building like this and you're in this like big pool complex and you want to look outside and you can sort of see people splashing around and having a good time. Like, imagine this on a summer's day. You're outside and it's a beautiful sunny day and the whole family's there and you're just all having like this wonderful time and your community's all around you. You got friends all over the place, and I feel like it would be absolutely a blast to come to. I think I would definitely do it if I was making my own shell. I would do it very differently, but it is a shell challenge and I'm working with what I got. And I think I did all right with it. So there's actually 3 pools, 3 large swimming pools throughout the build. So there's a large main pool, which is around where we are now with the bar and the lounges and everything. Also, by the way, how gorgeous is that bar? Like, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful with the big fairy, with the bar back and everything. Oh, so gorgeous. So yeah, this is the main pool here with the hot tub and the bar and everything. So I considered that more of the adult area. And then there is the pool over by the kiddie area, so you can swim in that. And then there is actually an indoor pool as well, so we can do exercising and maybe, and on the colder winter days, perhaps that's a nicer place to swim. nicer place to swim if you're wanting to come and get a little bit of exercise in and that sort of thing. So just finishing off the barbecue area there, and just some of the tables and bits and pieces around on the balcony. We've got a cafe down on the bottom level, so you can actually hire someone to tend the cafe and have a nice cafe, a little bit of a meal there. So this is the indoor pool area. So this was the basement level that came with the shell, and yeah, I just kept it fairly simple. She says that she adds all sorts of things to it. And then this is the outdoor area that's for the creche for the kids. So there's like a game table, there's a dollhouse, drawing, marbles, hopscotch, and all that sort of thing. Just finishing off the downstairs pool. I did jump around a lot in this build, so I do apologize for that. I was all over the place. I don't know. It was just try one thing, try the next thing, and just jump. I'd see something, and then I'd jump over to do that thing, and then I'd just jump back, and then I'd jump back to see something else, and shocking. Sometimes I'm like that though. It just depends on what sort of state my brain's in, I guess, at the time of of building it. And then, other times I'm very straightforward and methodical and I'll go room by room by room by room, and it's all very neat and logical. But yeah, I don't know what that is, why I do that, but I do it, and I know that I do it. But I can't always prevent myself from doing it, even though I'm aware of it. It just happens organically, just jumping from here to there to there. Oh well, it is what it is. I think you guys are following along okay. I'm chatting about it. I think we'll cope okay. So this is the cafe area anyway. So I've got a front desk there, lots of cafe stuff, coffee and bits and pieces. So up on the second level, we've got, because we've got 4 levels, right? So the bottom level is the pool, the indoor pool. The second level, which is the ground floor, that is our cafe. Then this is the next level up, which is the sauna and gym and creche, or just sort of, kid play area. So just like a cute little sauna. Oh, you can see here I'm changing everything to green grass as well, because I realized, that looks cooler. So I did that. And yeah, so there's a gym up there, so you can go in and work out and do what you need to do, and then you can relax in the sauna next door. It's very peaceful. I did very muted lighting in the sauna area as well, so I feel like it's because it's like slightly darker lighting, because normally I like a nice bright lighting. I'm very bright with my lighting, and I know that I do prefer that most of the time, but I feel like in a sauna where you are trying to chill out and there's like the steam all around and it's just like very soft and soothing, it's kind of the idea of what it's going to feel like when you're in the sauna. Another bathroom, because if it's a community lot, you want to have, well, I mean, you've got to have at least one bathroom, but just let me think. Yeah, no, I have bonus bathrooms because on the top floor we're going to have a locker room, and I did extra showers up in the top floor. So there is showers on the top floor, and then this is like, I think, the main kind of bathroom in the build. Thinking of, oh yeah, no, and there's bathrooms down on the bottom floor as well. I was going to say, I'm sure that I had extra bathrooms somewhere, but yeah, there is. There's down on the bottom level with the pool, the inside pool, there's some more bathrooms there. So this is the creche area, so it's kind of like a little bit of an eating area / care area for the kids. So there's infant mats, there's toys, bookshelves, a table, all the sort of basics that should help keep the kids happy, basically. And just decorating the exterior hallway area, and then this goes up to our locker room up on the top floor. So yeah, pretty simple as far as the layout goes. I think just level upon level, and I did little showers in each of those little spaces coming out, because I figured, if you're outside exercising and that sort of thing, there might be a lot of need for some showers. So that's the direction I kind of went with that. Anyway, I'm going to leave you guys to enjoy the tours. Thank you so much for watching, much appreciated, and remember to hit subscribe, like, comment, all those things, and yeah, catch you next time. Bye bye.